Hey everyone, it's Yolanda's Blossoming, and I hope everyone is having a great Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I'm taking the time to reflect on the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. We're going to have a little family get together today. We're just going to relax and enjoy the simple spaghetti. I made some turkey spaghetti sauce, garlic bread, and some corn on the cob. Something simple. And for me, I have a ricotta bake, and I'll show you what that is in just a few moments. But we're going to take some time as a family, just spend some time, reflect, share with the kids, what the legacy of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. is about. We don't just want them to think that's just a day off from school. No, it's much more to it than that. Even though his birthday was last week, January 15th, we celebrate, of course, on January 21st. So Dr. Martin Luther King, he would have been 90 years old today if he had lived. I'm so sad, life cut short at 39 years old. This was such an amazing man. It's just powerful. He's just so powerful, and the legacy that he's left us, and what he tried to do for everyone. So I'm going to come back in a few moments to show you what I prepared for our little get-together dinner today. So be back in just a bit. All right, we're back in, y'all. So this is my prepared meal. We got here spaghetti sauce, made that with turkey spaghetti. Here I have my garlic bread, got some corn on the cob, and my spaghetti. My family, I usually leave it to everything, like my spaghetti, I leave that separate and let them mix their own amount of sauce with it. So that's why you see the spaghetti separate. And I'm going to eat me one little piece of garlic bread. That's my treat for the day. And here is my ricotta bake. So because I don't eat spaghetti like that, I always make me a ricotta bake. So what that is just some of the turkey spaghetti that I set aside, mix it in the pan, and I mix up some ricotta, like regular ricotta for lasagna. And I make me a little pasta-free spaghetti sauce bake with my ricotta cheese. So with that, I'm going to have my little piece of the garlic cheese bread and some corn on the cob, and that's my meal for the day. Only thing we're missing today is a salad. But we're not going to have any salad today. That would have been good to have some Olive Garden salad. I love the little croutons with it. But I forgot about that, to be honest. So this is our little meal for today. So we're going to come back soon and just show the little fam bam together and see what our thoughts are, what their thoughts are on Martin Luther King Jr. Day. Be back in a little while. Okay, we're back, everyone. And I have my mom, Eleanor, and this Sky. She has a few things to share about Martin Luther King. She was around, of course, during a lot of that era. So, what do you have to say, Mom?
Oh, those were trying times during I particularly remember the early 60s when he was fighting, going from different cities in the South, fighting for the causes of black people. We started in the South. You couldn't ride the bus. You had to sit in the back of the bus. And every city that had a cause, he would go and march. It was all in Gee's Bend, that's in Camden, Alabama. The march from Montgomery to Selma during those years. I remember the day he died. It was a sad day in 1968. I was in Manhattan, walking in the street when I couldn't believe it, even though I'd heard his speeches and he had predicted his death. So I guess he's gotten so many threats. But most of the rights that we have today was because the hard work that Martin Luther King and his helpers. Even Al Sharpton, I was going with them, helping during those early years. He left us much too soon, at the age of 39. But I always want you to remember the things and read and learn about him, okay? Learn the things that he did. He fought for the rights that he wanted all little black boys and girls and all the people to have equal rights in this country. And that includes education, schools, jobs. he lost his life and he was fighting in Memphis, Tennessee. He had gone to help those. This, yes, every city that had a cause that he was trying to help. There was the sanitation workers in Memphis. I remember him going there, and the night before he had given the speech, so he must have known, or he had, I don't know how that he knew that something was going to happen. So he gave that final speech that when I play it sometime often on YouTube, how he predicted that he won't be around, but he knew that he had done enough to help us all, and he had. Even was given the right to vote, sanitation workers. He just went around. He was an activist for blacks. I remember those years. It's just sad. He left us much too young, much too young. But I want you to know and learn about him, what he did. Okay? This is my little great grand. This is Skylar. I'm going to tell you about him, and you're going to read about him, so you'll know it, and you'll never forget. They gave him a holiday in January, his birthday celebration, and he deserved that. I remember his little daughter being the youngest one, being 6 years old, and I said, gee, her dad went to help everyone, and here he has the 3 or 4 kids, and the youngest one is only 6. Since that, 2 of his kids has passed already, but he still has the 3, the 2 sons and the youngest daughter. The youngest one is daughter. I hope the good Lord bless them, because their father sacrificed for us all. And I want everyone, especially my kids, I want them to remember that, what their dad's father did for this country. Be a segregated South, where ride the back of the bus, and there was so much going on between the races. And he had his helpers. He had people. Al Sharpton was a young kid that joined. Harry Belafonte. Those were people by his side, helping him. And during those years, I remember that, but I was sort of young at that point, and I didn't really appreciate it as much as I did after he had lost his life. I said, wow, that is amazing. And what the country did, they finally gave him a celebration, celebrate his birthday, and I'm very happy about that. So every Martin Luther King's birthday, I want to tell my kids about him so they will understand, and when I'm gone, they can know about him, what he did for his country to help the race.
I think it started in 1986, the Martin Luther King Day.
Oh, it did? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. Well, that's... Mm-hmm. That is so wonderful. Mm-hmm. So wonderful. He was all in the South. All those problems. He was there marching. Selma, Montgomery, Gee's Bend, and little hick towns where people was having problems. He was there. That's where it all started. Then he would go to the cities when those girls were killed in Birmingham. He went there. I remember that. Mm-hmm. All those. In
1963.
That was in 1963. Okay. Sometime I can't remember the years, but I remember those times, and those were trying times. I would those years.
A lot of those things took places where he went to help. Took place where in the Camden, where you were born, in Alabama.
Yes. I was even too young to know it then, but he was in Gee's Bend. I was born in Camden, but at Gee's Bend, I read. I said, "Oh, he was there helping people that early." Yes, he was. I particularly remember the march from Montgomery to Selma. I remember that march definitely. It was sad times. I remember when we didn't have the right to vote. All of that stuff that he fought for. It's just sad. He's minister, activist, and he gave his life helping for those causes. Martin Luther King. May God bless his family. I remember his wife is gone, but he has the family. I don't know about his siblings, but he has his 3 children are still alive.
And one I was named after, the oldest one. Yolanda.
Oh, you remind me. I did. You're right, Yolanda.
Yep, and she passed away. I forgot how. It's been like 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
Or maybe,
You're right.
Maybe not that long.
And his name Yolanda, and Nat King Cole daughter was Timberland.
Yep, that's where their names came from. Nat Cole's sister.
I got your
No, she
name.
has twin sisters, Timberland, and I forgot the other one's name. That's where my other name comes from. I was named after 2.
Celebrities' kids. I said I'm gonna name my daughter that.
I wasn't too crazy about the Timberland part, but
I have forgotten all about that.
But it's different, so
You don't even use that anymore, right? Well, you can always change your name if you
I like the
don't want.
spelling. You change the spelling of it. I like the Y, because hers is Timolin. Mine is YN.
Oh.
But yeah, those are my 2 names come from.
I had forgotten about that altogether. I had forgotten about
Martin
that.
Luther King's daughter?
About how I got your name from those 2 celebrities.
Well, she wasn't gonna name me Daphne.
I had a name book, but see, all this activists and stuff was going on, so I said, "Oh, let me get." And those were 2 people that I knew, celebrities that I knew, and I said, "Oh, he's been helping us. Let me name." Timberly Alani. You hate your name, don't you?
No. Well, I used to hate that name, but it's okay now.
Oh,
but,
okay.
Yolanda's it for me. But yeah, that's the legacy of Martin Luther King. And now Miss Sky wants to say something, I guess.
Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe.
You supposed to talk about Martin Luther King.
Martin Luther King. We're going to talk about him.
Yes.
And then you can look and read about him. Even things that I've forgotten.
Because like I said in the beginning, I don't want y'all to think y'all out of school today. You got to know why you're out of school today. It's Martin Luther King Day, but what does that mean? What was his legacy? You said one part. What did you tell me earlier?
He was a civil rights activist.
And you said he gave what? You said it earlier.
He gave hope.
Yes, he gave hope.
He gave hope.
Yes.
Oh, you've heard something before. He gave hope that all the black race would be equal to all the other races.
Everybody's one.
It hasn't quite reached that point, but
Everybody's equal.
we're getting there.
Yeah. He's been going 51 years, almost 51 years.
That is a long time.
The years are going fast.
That is a long time.
You got something to say, Don? Put her on the spot. She's right behind me.
No.
No.
Well, I want you to read about him. We'll discuss it one day. We all gonna. That's how the kids, next generation, you discuss it and talk to them about it. The elders have to talk and discuss things that happen.
Supposed to stay put in
You don't know.
Set up when you're
She doesn't
talking.
know. As you see, she's recovered from her illness this weekend.
She's gonna be fine.
Yeah. We wanted to share that with y'all.
Yeah.
So
comment down below and like this video. Don't forget to give a big thumbs up and subscribe.
She's so silly, y'all. Say good night. Back to school tomorrow.
Say good night. Yes, tomorrow's back to school.
Okay. You guys, I thought she told you to put your coat on. Tell Sky to put her coat on. Kayla, tell Sky to put her coat on. She's gonna help you put your coat on. You gonna help your sister put her coat on? Better help you. Here, put you on.
Give me the coat. I'm gonna put it on. You won't give me the coat.
You supposed to help her put it on.
What size desk do we have? Extra large? Large?
Whew. What a long afternoon. Martin Luther King Jr. Day is coming to an end, and I'm tired. Family is left, and I'm cleaned up everything, and I'm just gonna wind down and relax. And you know what tomorrow is? Back to work, everybody. But it was a good 3-day weekend. For me, 3.5 days. I left work early that Friday. But, you know, of course, as usual, the time goes so fast. Whenever you off work, it just flies by. But it's come to an end. We hope you enjoyed your day. And remember what the day was about, Martin Luther King Jr. Day. I hope you enjoyed the reflections from my mom. She, you know, of course, was around during that era in the 50s and 60s. So I appreciated her giving her, you know, point of view and her memories about Martin Luther King and what he represented to her. And we hope to share more of that with the grandbabies. So with that, I got to say, have a wonderful, peaceful Monday night. It's a little after 7 o'clock, so I'm done, y'all. But as usual, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and please tap that bell so you know when I'm putting up a new video for you. My blossoms, it's been real, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye.